Welcome back, original gangsters. OG out here with you, coming to you from the beautiful Valley County Gun Club outside of Cascade, Idaho. Man, what a beautiful setting. This is an awesome range. And today I seem to have it all to myself. But once again, I'm out here talking about something that I really have no business talking about. So we're going to learn about this thing together. Today we're talking about the zeroed suppressor. This was sent to me by CMMG. And just a little information, my relationship with CMMG, well, it's very intimate. CMMG last summer sent me a couple of rifles that I reviewed, but I realized recently that I didn't have any cans for any of these guns, and I live in the free state of Idaho. So I wanted to buy some suppressors to start outfitting these guns and going through all the rigmarole of getting a suppressor. Well, recently, the marketing team over at CMMG reached out to me and said, OG, would you like to try one of our zeroed suppressors? This is a new thing that they're putting out now, the zeroed line of suppressors. So if, like me, you've been interested in suppressors, but you haven't picked one up, you know virtually nothing about it, you and I are in the same boat. We're going to walk around this zeroed suppressor from CMMG and fire it through a whole bunch of different kind of guns out here today. Let's take a look at the zeroed 36K suppressor from CMMG. Now, getting a suppressor wherever you are in the United States is getting easier, except for those of you in California, but I got approved for this thing in 15 hours. Now we're going to see if a one-size-fits-all can is really all that good, or if we should be buying a can specific to the caliber that we want to suppress. So first of all, I should mention that CMMG is making 4 different size suppressors now. They make a 22 caliber suppressor. They also make a 5.56 caliber suppressor that is perfect for most of our AR-15 style rifles. They make a 30 caliber suppressor, which is specifically designed for 300 blackout, 308, and 7.62 39, all of those 30 caliber rounds that we tend to shoot. And then of course they make the 36K, which is actually a .36 caliber suppressor that can go on a whole host of different firearms. Now, one thing I thought that was cool when I opened this package is it comes with 2 different direct thread adapters. These don't have any special hubs and locking lugs and all that stuff. There's going to be a 1/2 by 28 thread adapter, and there's going to be a 5/8 by 24 thread adapter, so that you can fit this to most of your firearms without having to go with a bunch of doodads here on the firing end. So these suppressors are all hub compatible. Well, what does that mean, OG? I don't know anything about suppressors. Well, guess what? Me neither. These things are, if we take this adapter out, which just requires the use of a 7/8" wrench, we can take this adapter out of the rear of this thing. And first of all, we can get a look down inside and see all of those steel baffles. This thing is made out of steel. There is no titanium, aluminum, unobtainium down in this thing. But when I take this little adapter out, you're going to see that there's threads in there. And this can basically is a 1 3/8 by 24 threaded opening. And what that means is you can take all different types of suppressor add-ons, quick detach suppressor hosts, and thread them right in there. And that way your can will snap right on to, you know, a chemo or any different kind of quick attach that you like. Now, these are a very basic can. They are made to be affordable so that everybody can get one of these. They are kind of a workhorse can. They're very simple. They're made out of 17-4 stainless steel. The baffles inside as well as the housing here, and they're all laser welded right there in the factory. So these aren't very flashy. Are you looking for zero back pressure? This is not the can for you. Are you looking for flow-through technology? Nope, sorry, not for you. Are you looking for golf ball dimples and flat dark earth Cerakoting? Not for you. Now, CMMG also claims that these are full auto rated. Now, most of us don't have full auto, but with the ease with which we are now able to obtain the new FRT triggers, the forced reset triggers, a lot of us can actually fire full auto style rifles right there at home. So I don't know that much about suppressors. It is my understanding, however, that we need what's called a Nielsen device attached to this. Fully tightened down, the base of the suppressor actually mates right up with the nose of the front of the slide. That does not even allow our slide to move. And if I back the suppressor off enough for the slide to cycle, which is quite a ways, we have quite a bit of gap in there, and the thing is not even tight. So yes, we do need a Nielsen device to get this thing to function properly. We can probably get 1 round at a time out of this. Let's go ahead and give it a try. But to get this gun to actually cycle and get the proper back pressure to cycle this slide, we are going to need a device added in there. Let's go ahead and fire some 124 grain hardball through this. We're going to cycle one round. Again, this thing is not super tight. Either way, it looks pretty badass, and that is really all that matters. Well, it's pretty quiet. Did we cycle it around? No, it did not eject the spent round. So I imagine we could probably hand load these, hand cycle these things. But yeah, there is not enough back pressure to cycle the slide without that device. Still, that's pretty cool. And I'm going to show you for a quick comparison, side by side. This is unsuppressed. Quite a bit more noticeable to me, the shooter, than with that suppressor on there. Oh, I actually hit a steel target down there at 100 yards. That's kind of fun. Woo! It is quiet though. Sure wish we could cycle more than one round. Look at that. All right, that was fun despite the fact that it became a single shot pistol. So we're going to remove this thing. CMMG claims here in this chart that this little suppressor will attach to different firearms. Let's try it onto a 5.56 rifle. I've got a Daniel Defense out here, and we should be able to plug this thing right on the top and see what it does with a 5.56 round. So through the magic of Swiss engineering, I was able to direct thread the suppressor right onto the front of my Daniel Defense DDM 4v7. Not only does it make it look badass, should quiet it down a little bit. Let's go ahead and try it. I don't know. The weight out front is nice, and I can definitely hear a difference. There's also quite a bit less echo downrange. Okay, first we're going to try the CMMG BR3. Beautiful rifle, just so happens to fit this can, but we're going to try it right now. I've taken off the flash hider, and we're going to shoot it bare with no muzzle device, just so you can get a feel for the sound. And then we'll give it a try with the suppressor. Okay, CMMG says that this can will accommodate 308. I don't know. I think we might be ready to damage this can, but hey, we're all in this together. Let's go ahead and try it out on camera. 308 through a 9mm can. Yeah. Whew. Well, we hit steel. I think if we were to seriously suppress this thing, we need one of their 30 caliber cans, and that might be in the works. We're going to try the BR47, also sent to me by CMMG. Try this out, 7.62 by 39. Again, if it worked with 308 and it didn't seem to kill our can, we're going to run some 7.62 39 through there. But let's go ahead and try it out of CMMG's own BR47. Boy, that's a flat shooting, easy shooting rifle. Popping steel at 100 yards. Wow. Okay, well, surprise, surprise. OG didn't bring any 6.5 Creedmoor rounds. That's not a surprise. I'm surprised I got to the range myself with all these firearms and the ammunition we did. Either way, we know that it is going to fire the 6.5 Creedmoor. We just don't know how it's going to suppress it. Probably like the 308, it's going to knock a little bit off the top, but you still got to put on ears. But as far as an every guy's can, one can that can go on a whole lot of different firearms for a mere 550 bucks, I think this is a pretty dang good deal. All right, so it's been a couple of weeks. I still don't have the booster for the 9mm can. That is in the works right now. It's coming in the mail from Yankee Hill Machine. However, I direct threaded this onto this little Caracal piston upper, and I really like this thing. Boy, it really just tames all of that blast that comes out of the side and front of a short barrel rifle. So I have a feeling that this little 36K can from CMMG is probably going to live on this little rifle. I just really like it. I like the looks of it. I like the weight and the balance, and this is definitely my jam. So, all right, there's where you go. I'm putting a 9mm can on a 5.56 rifle. All right, I appreciate you guys stopping by and going through this CMMG zeroed 36K suppressor with me. You guys stay safe out there. Stay armed whenever and wherever you can, quietly or loudly. And until next video, OG out.